and good evening, everyone. It's Sunday at night. Welcome to the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. And tonight we're going to be talking to Deathmatch wrestler MadManPondo, as we're going to be talking about his new book that's been released, Memories of a Madman. Stay tuned and listen to hear what he's got to say. Let's check it out and talk to him, see what he's up to. And much more. Tune in. Well, good evening, MadManPondo. Welcome back to the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast once again.
Thank you, man. Thank you for giving me the time.
Oh, you know that all the time in the world for you is always great to hear your voice and see what you're up to, this and that, you know?
I'm not that big a prize.
No, you're not. Not like people have been saying, you're not a legend. You're not a legend. You're not a legend. You know, I heard that a couple times on other podcasts. Like, really? Come on.
Right.
Not yet. But anyway, what's going on? I hear about this huge book launching. It's really taken off.
Yep. We launched the book out on June the 29th at a Midnight Girl Fight show.
Mm-hmm.
John Cosper had ordered 3 huge boxes of books, and we are sold out of those.
Yeah.
So he's put in another order. But if you are interested in getting the book that we're getting ready to talk about, you can go to Amazon.com, which is the #1 wrestling book on there right now, but only because it's new. But I'll take the title anyway. I don't care.
Yes.
And then number 9 overall on the wrestling book. So.
Right.
People are paying attention and buying this thing, and I'm just amazed that people wanted to know what I have to say.
Well, you know what? After this conversation, I'm going to hit up Amazon, and I'm going to order it myself, because I got to read it all, because lots of good stuff on you, and it's going to be amazing to see what you have to say. And I like, you know, your stories are so great anyway, across the world, you know.
It's not just me. Like
yeah.
Vanilla Ice did the forward for the book.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Honky Tonk Man talking there. There's some Terry Funk.
Right.
Just all types of crazy stuff. There's Bridget the Midget stories. There's all types of stuff. Like, you know, I read the book and it's about me, but I was pretty entertained.
Yeah. So I bet you anybody will be entertained. So it's going to be a great book for everybody to put on their coffee table and read, you know, and show friends and let people read it, you know, anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So what you up to these days, huh? What are you up to, huh? Girl fights? Girl fights? I know that's popular still.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Girl fight. We just got done with Death Becomes Her all-girls deathmatch tournament in Summit, Illinois. Resistance Pro put that on. And then we also did a show called Midnight Girl Fight where we started it at midnight.
Yes, I remember. I heard about that. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we drew enough that we're going to do another one. So.
Oh, sweet.
You know.
Sweet. Very cool. Very cool. So what else you got going on besides that?
Well, what else?
Yeah, so much. I know.
I'm booked on July 14th for Strictly Insane Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And then August 21st, we have another girl fight show.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm still pumping, still hitting towns and everything. But,
yeah.
You know, you would think I should slow down, but seems like things are speeding up.
No, I know. The last time I think I saw you, you were actually, I wasn't there at the event, but you were at the H2O compound, you know, the H2O show for, with Matt Tremont and Jimmy Lyon. Yep, you did a show out there. You know, that's the last time.
And the very next night I did a Tournament of Death.
That's right, because I was there to watch you bleed buckets with the little hand in your hand.
That's right.
Little miniature hand prop against Matt Tremont, the one and only Bulldozer.
Right.
You know, so, yeah. That's the last time the last time we saw each other, really. It's a tournament of death. But now we talk about, we still talk here and there. It's really good to hear your voice, hear you talk and see what's going on with you.
Right.
My podcast is killing. I just signed up for iTunes. So,
oh, yeah?
Yes, so hopefully by the end of the week, I'll be launched on iTunes finally, and Stitchers.
Well, I never thought that I would be on Amazon.com, so I'm just as surprised. Mm-hmm. Well, Kevin Gill is also on iTunes, so I've been on iTunes, but Amazon I was never on.
But I'm excited that I'm now officially launching my podcast to the public, big time. That's the way to do it.
That's awesome, man.
That's the way to be.
Congratulations.
Yes, yeah.
I just remembered another. They're in Madison, West Virginia for ASW. Mm-hmm. They're going to have Jack Swagger, Manny Fernandez, Brian Pillman Jr.
Yes.
They're going to have a large card down there, and I'm going to be doing a book signing in Madison, West Virginia for ASW.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Very cool. That sounds awesome. You know what? I'll be up in, where will I be? I'll be headed up to Virginia in September for VOW again, once again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They just had their big show last night, too. So, a lot of shows, a lot of good shows. There were a lot of good deathmatch shows this week, I was noticing a lot of good shows popping up, IWA to, to the Virginia VOW, and actually H2O's launching of their first show at the new place, so it was great,
Right.
And more stuff to come with them, a lot of huge shows.
So.
Yeah, I know. I saw a post online about Matt Tremont and Danny Havoc are going to do a double joint death match show. I thought that was interesting. That's going to be in October. I'm like, wow, very good,
Yeah, exactly.
So you never might know. Pondo might be showing up. You don't know. Another visiting.
People keep saying that death matches are dying, but
yeah,
a week like this just shows me that they're not dying. That they're just taking a small hiatus until we all get together.
Absolutely. I know, and I just came back from, let's see, where was I? I was in Chicago a couple of weeks way back for GCW, and they're going back. I'm not going this time, but they're going to be going back there for their deathmatch show, the NGI 3. So,
Right.
But, yeah, they're going to do good there, They sold that out again.
Yeah, of course.
But I'll be back at the home show in Asbury Park, New Jersey on September 21st. So I'm looking forward to being back in my hometown of Asbury, where the boss was born, of course, the home.
Exactly.
Just to see the local talent and see what GCW can bring to the table. They just announced Rich Swann was just added, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. He's a good guy, man. Rich Swann's a good guy.
He's funny. He's always funny. Always a funny man. But
I wanted to go back and say that if anybody was interested in buying that book, you can find it at Amazon.com, of course, or you can go to the website Eat, Sleep, and Wrestle and talk to John Cosper, who is owner and selling the books.
Yes, he's a great guy. I've had him on the podcast. Really knows his stuff, and he's really awesome with writing books and stuff and getting you guys
He had another book called Eat, Sleep, and Wrestle, and he put a couple of paragraphs of mine in there, and people kept reading that and saying, hey, you should do a book on MadManPondo. Well, he approached me about it, and I was apprehensive because I didn't think anybody really cared what I had to say, but he kept coming at me and saying, yo, people are wanting to read about you.
Yeah.
Let me do a book. So finally I'm like, all right, let's do it. But the time that I agreed, he was also doing a book for Dr. D.
Yes, Dr. D. David Schultz. You know what? And I was telling him, and I'm still working on, he's going to get me, one of these days I'm going to get a podcast with him because Dr. D came to my town when I was about 9 years old and he wrestled. I didn't realize, I was like, this is awesome. That's awesome, And he probably remembers that. That would be a cool conversation. NWF it was called back in the heyday,
Right.
Yeah, with Bruce.
So anyway, he was doing Dr. D. Schultz's book. So as soon as he got done with that book, he started on mine. And you know, it was a lot of Denny's visits, a lot of his house visits, a lot of, you know, just, he just said he was just having such an entertaining time, just, you know, talking about the book and everything, that it was going to be fun to write. And I guess the way he puts it in his own words, that this is the funnest book that he's written. So
yeah,
I hope people don't just expect a wrestling book. There's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much funny stories that I've done in there, and I just hope everybody really gets entertained.
Absolutely. You know, get it, and it's like you said, it's reached big numbers right now, and that's awesome. I'm so glad. You know.
Right. I don't know how big the numbers are. I just know that I am the number one wrestling book right now, but I'm the only new wrestling book, so I don't know if that's a big honor, but when I tell people that I'm the number one wrestling book, I'm not telling them the other part, so it makes me feel a lot cooler.
Yes. Well, you are cool no matter what. You know.
No big deal.
Yeah, but all right. Is there anything else you want to say? I think you covered.
I think that's it, man.
All right, MadManPondo. It was great to have you on. We'll talk another time. We'll just talk wrestling.
All right, buddy.
We'll talk wrestling.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, where can everybody reach you?
My Facebook is Kevin Kennedy, Canady. That's about all I got.
All right. Okay. And Amazon, check out the book. Get it out there. People.
Yep.
And that's it. And
all right, buddy.
have a good night. Thank you for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Wow. That was really quick. Right to the point, folks. We were talking about MadManPondo, his new book being launched, Memories of a Madman. Go on Amazon, fans. Check it out. Buy his book and check it out. And go to eatsleepandwrestle.com to order it too. And on Facebook on Eat, Sleep, Wrestle. And you could catch it and much, much more. It was great to hear MadManPondo once again on the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. But like I said, fans, there's so much coming up this week. Stay tuned, fans. I have a lot of... This is going to be a full week of podcasting. I really outdid myself this week. Tomorrow we're going to have what's his name? Tomorrow night we're going to have the manager of champions, Eric Nelson, on of Stranglehold Wrestling and Network, and we're going to talk to him and see what he's up to. And then followed up by a podcast coming up on Wednesday or Thursday. I want to say Thursday. Double. I'm going to be talking to doubles people. I have two podcasts that night. One at 8 p.m. with Ronnie, female wrestler Ronnie Ann Red, and from IWA and much more. But then at 9 p.m. I'm going to have on the line Jimmy Rave. That's right, Jimmy Rave's going to call into the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. We're going to talk to him. It's been so long since I've heard from him and talked wrestling about him and see what he's up to these days in the wrestling world. And then on Friday night, stay tuned, fans, because I'm going to have on the line, he just made it to the second round of the So You Want to Be a Deathmatch Wrestling Superstar show at IWA this past Saturday night. I'm going to have Cash Borden on the line, and we're going to talk to him and see what he's up to and much, much more. Fans, check it out. I have a lot coming up. And also, like I said before, check it out, fans. iTunes. Deathmatch Wrestle podcast will be on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. So subscribe, like, and listen on iTunes and Stitcher.com because, Stitcher's apps and wherever, get it all. Click on all the apps and get the apps, download the apps, and listen to your Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. Will be available soon on the iTunes and Stitcher Radio. And to catch all your podcasts as usual. Also, and a lot more. Also, before I start out, always Podcast City Network. Check them out for all your content of top-notch wrestling and other podcasts and other podcast interests. So check them out, Podcast City Network, and go on Facebook and on Twitter at podcastcity.net and on Facebook at Podcast City Network, and on their website, podcastcity.com, podcastcitynetwork.com. For all your Deathmatch Russell podcast and episodes, you could always go on and check my website out. You go onto my website. Go on Facebook first, social media as always. Check me out at David C. Russell and on Deathmatch Russell podcast on Facebook and on Twitter at DavidNJ32 on Twitter, and on my website deathmatchrussell.com for all your highlight reels, all your past current episodes, and much more. Check my website, the Deathmatch Russell podcast. New merch on the way. Stay tuned, fans. Lapel pins, T-shirts are still available. Please support the Deathmatch Russell. Buy a T-shirt. Send a DM or see me at a show. I'll have shirts. Thank you for listening. Have a great night. That's it. Tune in.
The world is a vampire sent to drain. Secret destroyers hold you up to the flames. And what do I get for my pain? Betrayed desires and I reset again.
true. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. living right on for you. Yeah. You know that this will be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say